Okay, so sorry. Um, Speak for Yourself did a segment on the potential issues going on in the Rams locker room because Whitlock is under the impression that Sean McVay is Xing out Gurley for golf, and I watched some of it. I watched up until Eric Mangini, and Eric Mangini made some really good points that further proves what I've been saying about Todd Gurley for the past 6 months or however long that I've been doing this. I've said from the beginning that Todd Gurley is a great back. Do I consider him to be the best running back in the league? No. Ezekiel Elliott is the best running back in the league right now. I don't consider Todd Gurley to be the best back. I don't consider Le'Veon Bell to be the best back. The one thing that Zeke has that they don't have is consistency. Consistency, and this is why I harp on consistency so much when I do these videos, because consistency is what separates the average player from the superstars. Superstars have that consistency to be able to do it year in and year out, even through injuries. I mean, I'm not saying superstars don't get hurt. I'm just saying even when they come back from like Adrian Peterson, guys like that. Adrian Peterson has suffered more injuries than any running back in the past 20 years. And some serious injuries too that could have threatened his career. And he got surgery, came back, looked better than before he got hurt. That's what separates those backs from these backs. And consistency is one of the things that, this is why we see so many 1-year wonders, where we'll see a player play extremely well one season, and then the next season they don't play as good, and the next season they don't really play as good as they did 2 years ago. Like, this is why, it's something I believe it's something you develop over time, and it's a commitment thing. Are you committed to playing the sport at the highest level you possibly can? It's like what they used to say about Randy Moss and Terrell Owens, how great receivers, but they used to take plays off. They used to just not give 100% effort 100% of the time. So I'm gonna let them go, and then I'm gonna talk here and there.
Marcellus, I'll start with you. You agree with me that
I love those questions. You agree with me?
you agree with me
Fun
that
show.
that Sean McVay has diminished Todd Gurley to justify Jared Goff.
Oh man, look, that's certainly.
And before Marcellus starts and with whatever it is he's gonna say, it's not that Todd Gurley is being X'd out. It's that Todd Gurley, with the opportunities he's given, doesn't play well. Now, I believe they brought C.J. Anderson in last season to take some of the load off of Todd Gurley and to give them another option, almost like a change of pace type of thing. But when a running back that wasn't there pretty much all year got signed late in the season, like a couple games before the playoffs, and he comes in and he outplays you, that is a major red flag. And the reason why it looks like they're not focusing so much on Todd Gurley is because Todd Gurley's not playing well. Wait till Mangini starts talking, and it's just going to further prove what I've been saying about Todd Gurley all this time.
One of the slices in this pie, so I do agree with you, but I don't think that takes this into account in its totality. I think there's other things here at play. This is the greatest mystery in the NFL right now, outside of what's going on between Antonio Brown's ear.
All right, so Wiley gave him a 6 for job performance, 11 for all-time status, 24 for character, and 12 for authenticity. And I believe these numbers go up to 25. Like, I believe you're not supposed to surpass 25, but sometimes I will see them give players more than a 25 score. So if I'm scoring this for Todd Gurley, I would say it's a little higher with the job performance because when Todd Gurley plays well, he's one of the most exciting running backs to watch. He looks damn near unstoppable. It's when he's not playing well that you notice that, yeah, maybe he's not as good as I thought. So I'll go maybe 8 or 9. Probably closer, probably 10. But again, man, I don't know if I would take. I don't know if I would want that on my football team. That a running back that can zone in and zone out so easily. So all-time status, that should be low. That should be lower. Probably like a 7. I'll make that a 6. I will swap the all-time number for the job performance number. To be honest, character. 24 is fine. I don't have a problem with Todd Gurley. The only issues he had in the media in his entire career was when he left Georgia. When he left Georgia early, he decided not to play because he wanted to get focus on the draft, and so he sat out. I think the entire year. So that's the only time that he's ever been shown in negative light in the media. So I don't really have a problem with the guy. I don't really think that he does anything to rub anybody wrong. So I'm fine with 24. And then we have authenticity. I think it's a little bit too low. I mean, again, I don't have a problem with the guy. I'll go up to 20. Like if I'm keeping all the numbers the same but just swapping job performance, all-time status, and bumping this up to 20, then he's up to about a 61. So I don't know where that falls in with their ranking, but yeah, 61 seems fine for Todd Gurley.
Like, other than that, this is the one that is captivating. All right, I got 3 theories. One, I'm going to support yours in terms of incentive-shaped behavior. Since we pay the player, we have to play the player. And sometimes that's to the tune of phasing other people out. Rob Johnson comes to mind. Started 1 game in Jacksonville.
But who's getting phased out? Didn't Todd Gurley just get paid? I believe Todd Gurley got paid last year.
Got paid $25 million for my Buffalo Bills. Came out there 0-3, got benched, lost his job to a Pro Bowler in Doug Flutie. Went the entire year, went to the playoffs. Next year, Doug Flutie's the starter. Rob Johnson plays in a meaningless game right before the playoffs of the next year and does well. Flutie was just being rested for the playoffs. Next thing you know, Rob Johnson, because of that $25 million, who's been on the sidelines basically for a year and a half, almost 2 years, got to put him in the playoff game. Let's see what he can do. You know what happened in that. It was called Music City Miracle, and we lost. So that's lane 1. You can support someone in that respect. Lane 2. Sean McVay's like, hey, Todd Gurley has disappeared before me. Don't act like he didn't have...
Thank you. I'm going to rewind that, man, because this is what I'm saying. This is before Sean McVay even got there. Since Todd Gurley has been in the league, this has been an issue. But people forget about it, or people just willingly ignore it because Todd Gurley is so great. When he is on, he's on. And people can kind of deal with his lulls in play because he'll give you 1 year at an all-pro level. But he does have those seasons that he plays like that.
26 games in a row. You can support someone in that respect. Lane 2. Sean McVay's like, hey, Todd Gurley has disappeared before me. Don't act like he didn't have 26 games in a row, and 25 of them he had fewer than 100 yards. So don't act like this is all on me. He's had his dry spells, as right now, of the last 9 games, 8 of those fewer than 100 yards.
That right there, his second argument shuts down any other conspiracy theory that people have about this situation. Because before Sean McVay got there, it's been like this for Todd Gurley. And some people will try to comment and say, well, Jeff Fisher was the coach of that team. Okay, so if Jeff Fisher was the issue, then Sean McVay is the issue. Why are the Rams hiring all these coaches that are negatively affecting Todd Gurley's play on the field? Why are they hiring these coaches? Why are they keeping them on? I would think that if Todd Gurley is our main guy and that's the guy that we want to run our offense through, we will be doing more, like, hiring a coach that specializes in the run game. Drafting, signing better offensive linemen that can run block. Drafting, signing tight ends that can run block efficiently. I'm not saying great, just efficiently. You need them to be able to close down those edges for the defensive ends, to give Todd Gurley outside options instead of just running through the holes, between the guards. You want to give him outside options as well. If that's the case, they will be doing more to construct the offense to play more towards Todd Gurley's strength. And maybe this is why they're not doing that. But again, I want to hear what Eric Mancini has to say.
But here's the conspiracy theory. Let's go here. Todd Gurley got paid in July 2018. That same year, December, the shop aired. And y'all remember Todd Gurley sitting there on the shop while LeBron James and others were talking about NFL owners having a slave mentality? And Todd Gurley didn't correct that. Not in tweet, post show, or not in...
Because he would have been a ridiculous hypocrite if he would have said anything. I don't care. Listen, athletes are the whiniest motherfuckers on the planet who get paid a ridiculous amount of money to play a game that regular people play for free, and they bitch more than anybody. Okay? Todd Gurley would have looked like a major hypocrite. It would be even as hypocritical as LeBron saying anything about the slave conditions of professional sports. Oh, y'all got me doing all this, and you don't want to pay me my money. One contract for a professional sports team is good enough for any regular person to live off of for a few years. One check, just one check for a long time. It lasts a while. So he would have come across as a major hypocrite to even compare the sport of football to slavery. And then he should have just sat there and said nothing. And I'm glad he did, because that would have been a hit to his character for me.
In the edit we saw live broadcast, I'm here to tell you that Stan Kroenke got a little more petty in him than y'all think. Do y'all remember when Stan Kroenke left St. Louis and how he let them people know it was on y'all, not on me? You add all those things up, now you got 3 slices of the pie that tells me the entire picture. I went there.
You mentioned that at the time, too.
I did. I said,
you've been consistent on the Todd Gurley thing, because I've heard you on radio talking about it years ago when Todd Gurley was struggling. Here's what I'll say. Sometimes I think it's natural for a team and a front office coaching staff. Sometimes when you get fascinated by a player, the player's been paid. Jared Goff has been paid. You're trying to show people, like, look how far my guy has come. I think what they have to do is they got to get back to...
But are they doing that? Because to be honest, Jared Goff and the Rams have to know this. They have to be seeing this. Jared Goff's not even the most talented player on this team. Like, I wouldn't even say he's the second most talented player on this team. To be honest, I think Cooper Kupp is far more valuable at his position than Jared Goff is to his position. And I was on this app. It's called Amiibo, where you could post polls and do quizzes and all types of stuff relating to sports, movies, television, any kind of thing that you're interested in. So I was on that app and I was on the football section, and I did a poll, like a top 100 NFL players of 2018, I believe. And I was just taking the players that I thought that were the most effective that year. And people were commenting, talking about, where's Jared Goff? Where's George Kittle? Where's this person, that person? And I'm like, Jared Goff, like, you want me to put him, second, third? Because as soon as Tom Brady was picked first, Patrick Mahomes was picked first. And then once I got down to, like, Brady and Breeze, they were like, where's Jared Goff at? Jared Goff has not played at that level that we can put him in the upper echelon of quarterbacks. Like, he's not at that level, man. Just because his team is extremely talented and his team is successful and the coach is successful does not make Jared Goff successful. I mean, out of the top 5 quarterbacks in the NFL, talent-wise, how many is taking Jared Goff over any one of those quarterbacks? Like a Breeze, a Brady, a Mahomes. Sorry. Like, we're not taking those guys. I mean, we're not taking this guy over those guys. I mean, it's levels to it. And Jared Goff isn't on that level yet. So they're showing off. If they are trying to do that, what are they showing them off for? So, I don't know, man. Back to Gurley. All right, Gurley is the most talented player on this team. Well, no, on the offense. I'm not going to say on the team because Aaron Donald is just, he's levels and levels and levels above anybody else. Todd Gurley is the most talented player on that offense. It's his job to take the carries that he's given and make the most out of them. Instead of complaining or commenting on Sean McVay's lack of attention to Gurley, maybe we need to start paying more attention to Todd Gurley himself and his play with the touches that he's given. Because C.J. Anderson came in last year with not as many carries as not as many opportunities as Gurley, and was able to overshadow him. So,
Understand it. Todd Gurley's the engine to that offense. When that offense was running,
I'm sorry if the picture flipped upside down or at some weird angle. I have yet to figure out how to fix it on this phone. So
it's because he was running well. He was catching passes out the backfield. The play-action passing game was phenomenal. And all of those things worked. And Jared Goff was a complement to that. Sometimes
the play action only works if the running back is doing a great job with making the defense commit to the run. If Gurley is not playing well, the play action will not work. And then that leaves Goff less options out there. So the running game needs to be effective to draw the defense in. And I believe that's the majority of the Rams' offense is play action, because you need Gurley. Without Gurley, I don't see Goff even playing well, to be honest. Just like with Dak. Without Zeke, I don't think Dak is as successful as he is now. So, I don't know, man.
Want the quarterback to be the driving force of the offense before he's ready. And what we're seeing right now is Jared Goff isn't ready. And it's only a matter of time before they look at the film and they realize we got to go back to making sure that Todd Gurley is the focal point, and then everything else speeds off that.
Yeah, this is more like a Judy Blume mystery than an Agatha Christie mystery. The idea that they're featuring the quarterback because they paid him an insane amount of money. They paid Todd Gurley an insane amount of money. It's not like we're talking about a rookie free agent and a guy who's been paid through the roof.
He didn't get $110 million guaranteed.
Okay, well, but
102. What running back do you know got $110 million guaranteed?
he got the highest amount any running back has ever gotten in the history of the NFL. And a lot of people would say that's insane. Okay, now if you...
It is. To get paid $10 million guaranteed. No, to get paid $10,000 guaranteed. To play a game that anybody can play for free in the middle of a park without cameras, without fucking a massive stadium, without an audience, and play the same game for no money, no compensation whatsoever. $10,000 is a lot of fucking money. So yeah, they get paid a ridiculous amount of money.
Look at his per carry. Since he got hurt, the 3 games in the playoffs, he had 10 carries a game. He's actually up in carries since he's got it. So let's factor that in as well. And then, is anybody going to even talk about the fact they were down 21-0? How many teams run the ball a significant amount when they're down 21-0 in a game? The game took shape. maybe they should take some more of that money and put it on the defensive side when you give up 50 points. And how many times do you come out of a game and say, hey, we scored 40 points and lost? Usually 40 points is a really good number to win games. So the whole idea of like this is some conspiracy theory or they're mad at him or any of that, it's not even close.
Coach, you letting those facts get in the way of a good story.
This
It's a really good story.
Know what's common about what you said with Agatha Christie or Judy Blume? It's all fiction. So yeah, it's fiction.
and to pretend that NFL teams or pro sports franchises or any corporation doesn't have a bottom line budget that someone up above says, hey man, justify this. That goes on in football. It goes on here.
Yeah, I don't agree with this. His all-time status should be lower. His job performance should be lower. Well, I mean, I'm fine with the character and I'm fine with the authenticity. But the job performance, all-time status, they need to come down.
Here, it goes on everywhere. It goes on in factories, everywhere. That's pervasive. And we've seen it time and time again throughout the history of football.
Okay, we could say that, but didn't the head coach get a contract extension? He's got job security. It's not like he's trying to justify a decision to get a contract extension.
That's probably just plain ego.
Well, no, because at the end of the day, you want to win more than you want to be right. And that's the most important thing. And these guys have won. They have been very effective.
I switched to Boost Mobile and got more, like 4 lines for $25 per line per month and 4 free phones. Now the whole family can stay connected.
Not disconnected. Switching it.
All right, so I'm gonna end it here, man, because I don't feel like sitting here through ads. But yeah, this Todd Gurley issue has been an issue for a very long time. Before Jared Goff, before Aaron Donald. Wait, no, you know what? Who's drafted first? All right, you know what? Forget Aaron Donald. But it definitely was before Sean McVay. Now, if this was only a thing since Sean McVay's been the head coach of that team, would be another story. But since it's not, and it's a new thing, I mean, it's an old thing that is now being presented as new, that's when you got to throw the blame on the player versus the head coach. Maybe it's not the organization. Maybe it's this player's issue that he needs to figure out why he could go on these massive streaks of playing pretty subpar football, being one of the highest paid running backs in the NFL. So that's it, man. I'm done with this.